Okay, in the video response to someone has sent to me today, we are discussing something regarding to our beloved Charles Tyler. Now, we need to look again about Charles Tyler. This individual here is the black man's option. You are a victim. We have to go overseas, Mr. BBC. Mr. I have to go overseas. We gotta get out of this matrix. We gotta explore this so-called culture, Mr. BBC. The Afro-American male is a victim. You are a victim. We have to get out of the matrix, etc., etc. We know how the narrative works. Now let's look at reality. Let's take a good look, folks, what we're dealing with here. In response to a video, the link is down below. We had to discuss this narrative. According to top definitions, guys, deem on sex pets. We have to read. Let's read along together, children. Let's read along together. Sex pet is one who participates in tourism with the express intention of having sex. There may be a variety of reasons for this, such as less restrictive laws in foreign countries, immunity or privacy, a preference for people of other ethnic groups, financial reasons, if one travels from a wealthy country to a poorer one. However, by far and away, the single greatest reason for this existence of the sex pet phenomenon is that sex pets find securing carnal relations with someone in their own country difficult to impossible to achieve. Oh my God, who does that describe? Mr. BBC himself, Mr. I got to go overseas. I got to explore the so-called culture, get out of the matrix. That pretty much describes your beloved, your savior, Charles Tyler. That pretty much describes this man, and he's not the only one, by the way. He's not the only one. I want you to take a good look what this means and definitions. That's not what I'm saying. It's not. I'm not saying this. This is what Google is saying here. So when people say, "Oh, well, you're trying to be a racist. You just phone white supremacy," and all that stuff. Well, no. You got beef with me. You got beef with Google. Google, go talk to Google about this. This is what they're saying, and this is what describes Charles Tyler. Not just him, but many others. But this pretty much sums up the Mr. BBC, the Mr. Afro-American male. I need to explore my options. I gotta go overseas, get out of the matrix. We know this. We pretty much know this. Now, this is the problem when we have this narrative. Is that the fact of the matter is, let's take the hoods. Let's take the hoods here, and we have a good slide and show of the so-called ghettos of Philadelphia. The so-called hoods of these brothers. Get out of the matrix. We get out of the hoods. You know, black women in America are horrible. And when people say, well, you have to understand, when they say, I love black women, they're not referring to black women in the United States. They're not referring to them. They're not referring to the darker ones or the lighter ones, because now they have said, all of you are fucked up. All of you are a mess. Our neighborhoods are depleted like Philadelphia. And the reason why is the cause of this is black women in the United States. I need to go overseas. I need to explore my options. I'm tired of living in the ghetto neighborhoods. I have to go and seek refuge to other places. And where do these people go to? They mostly go to where? Latin American countries. They, in fact, will go more to Latin American countries than it is Africa itself. Now, why is that? Why is it that there's a massive, or why is Mr. BBC, Mr. I gotta go overseas, why does he have this massive orgasm regarding Latin America. Brazil has they have a lot of black people. 80% of the country is black. No, Mr. BBC. No, that's not the case because we established the fact that the vast majority of Brazil is mixed. They know this. And we know for a fact, for their history, the Afro-American male has a extreme sexual fetish over lighter-skinned, biracial, mixed women. This is why they hold hard the holy grail ideology of the one drop rule. Now, they'll call me a white supremacist. Let them know the fact they follow a white supremacist ideology. Let them know the fact that their neighborhoods are a mess. Children with single-parent households, they're not addressing these neighborhoods. They're not going to fix these neighborhoods. They are fleeing these neighborhoods because, well, it ain't my fucking problem. I got to explore my options, man. Everybody, fuck black women in America. Fuck USA. This is how they talk, and the reason why I know how they talk like this is because the fact is that they say it themselves. I want you to look at this. As you can see here, Return of the Kings. Now, bear in mind, this website is run by a white guy. So the fact of the matter is that you have an article written by a YouTuber named Donovan Sharp. We have an article. And in this article, and this is the guy who runs the whole thing. And the fact of the matter is that you are an Afro-American male, brother, writing an article, talking and bashing your own Afro-American females. What I've come to realize is the following. Their infatuation with name brands. The laundry list of my child had to dwindle down over the course of my Christmas cultural evolution. I'd probably write a 5-part, okay, whatever. The infatuation with name brands, oh my God, wow, really? That's the reason why I can't date black women in America, because they're with these obsession over name brands. Yeah, I know, because Jordans, shoes, all that stuff. Yeah, that's only just the women have it. Their extreme sluttiness. Most girls in this country are sluts. I get it, but black chicks are undisputed queens of slutdom, and it's not even close. It's like reckless female behavior probably falls in the lack of self category. Oh my God, look at this baby mama drama. Oh, just all about have kids. Oh my God, that's the reason why we can't. The obesity rate, yeah, because Charles Tyler is masculine strong. Man, have you seen Charles Tyler? The dude's fat. Have you seen the Afro-American male in these so-called hoods? Brothers, you're not looking that well either. You act like you're all in shape and all that stuff. Come on, bro. They're not feminine. He says that this is by far is this the most unattractive trait black women possess. And again, I'm going to iterate this. When they mean by black women, they're not referring to black women from Brazil. They're not referring to those. They get a pass. We'll get down a little bit. We are talking about the ones in the United States. That's when they say, I don't date black women. They're referring to the ones I won't date, the ones in the United States. Now, if you're a black girl from Brazil and you're twerking and you're wearing bikinis, no, you get a pass. You can get a pass. You live in the ghettos of Brazil, that's a pass. You can get a pass. But if you're an Afro-American female and you're in the ghettos and you live in these areas, you're full. You're full. The one in Brazil, no, she gets a pass. And what I noticed in this article down below, I noticed something in small print, and we have to emphasize again of the Afro-American male's sexual fetish, orgasmic of Latin America. Let's take a good look here. Men don't want to date women who act like men, no matter how many god-awful Tyler movies endorse this myth. The bottom line is that most black girls just aren't feminine, okay? If they embrace femininity like their Latina counterparts, they might actually surprise themselves with the growing amount of positive attention you start getting from the public in general, including men. Embrace femininity like they're Latina. Right there, folks. Latina counterparts. I want everyone to look at this. Latina. I know it's small print, but let's read again. Like their Latina counterparts. That already has established that Afro-American males have this massive obsession, fetish, massive orgasmic pressure when it comes to Latin America, especially Brazil, and especially Dominican Republic. Oh my God, that's their crack cocaine right there. If you say you're Dominican, that's it. I mean, you could be fat. If you're a Dominican girl and you're fat and you're just fat, and you're gonna say you're just Dominican, oh my God, they'll build a temple for you. Just the fact that you're Dominican. And the reason why I'm saying this is because Charles Tyler in that video has him strolling around in the hoods, in the favelas of Brazil, and brothers weaning, and he has a series of videos with this girl who, by the way, she's not black. I mean, with Charles Tyler, he might claim her as black. I mean, this is how much these Afro-American males are. They of all the women that he could pick, he picks the most lightest one to venture off into the ghettos of Brazil. Now, keep in mind here, these are the same Afro-American males that will sit there and tell you that I don't like hood rats, I don't like ratchet ghetto women, I don't want to be in these areas, I want to live a better life, I want to get outside the matrix. But yet at the same time, why are you going to another country and going into the ghettos of that country and sleeping with the women of those countries from those ghetto areas? And of course the response will be, well, technically they're black women. Just so I have self-hate. So it doesn't make any sense. Because according to your narrative, Brazil women are black. We're getting the black ones. We're just getting the black ones. But my question is this, Mr. BBC, Mr. I got to go overseas. Let me ask you a question. Because we know, well, we kind of know what we're getting over here. Mr. BBC, Mr. I gotta go overseas, Mr. Escape, Blackistan, all this other crap. Let me ask you a question. You're telling me that where you live is ratchet, ghetto, trash. We have to get our women over there are horrible and all. We gotta go overseas. Mr. BBC, why are you going to another country and living in ghetto areas and sleeping with ratchet ghetto women? You're replicating the same complaints. You're just going to another country for a cheaper price. That's the reason why, Mr. BBC. Charles Tyler, and not just Charles Tyler, but many other of these so-called sex pats are doing the exact same thing. Now, keep in mind, remember the article, oh, they're whores and stuff. So what is this? All you gotta do is just type in this, Brazilian women, all you gotta see. So what are these girls? Look at all these girls bending over. Oh my God, Brazilian fuck. Oh, they're just dancing. One so-called brother has even told me, well, that's an African dance. And these girls just expressing themselves. So this is expressing themselves. But see, that's okay. They get a pass. If this was an Afro-American female from Chicago or from Philadelphia, I will guarantee you every single black American YouTuber will put her on a pedestal of hatred and put her as the poster child and tell men, see, black women are ratchet and ghetto. We cannot date them anymore. We got to go down to Brazil now. But yeah, when it comes to girls that look like this, the links are down. It gets further down. You will see these. You got some of these. I see some of these Afro-American males making comments saying, "I gotta go to Brazil." After seeing all of this, no one calls them a slut. No one calls them a whore. No one says a thing, bro. No one calls her. Some of these dudes will call her white material. And when you sit here and no one says anything, these girls get a pass. All of these girls will get a pass. These girls will get a pass. They'll not no, they're just expressing themselves. They're expressing their sexuality. That's just so what are these? I mean, is this expressing themselves? I mean, are you trying to tell me, Mr. BBC, Mr. I gotta go overseas? You're gonna tell me this girl is trying to express herself. You're gonna tell me these girls are trying to express themselves. You're gonna tell me this. Oh, she's just expressing herself. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about, girl. I mean, and this is why I keep trying to tell people again and again and again. These guys are making up excuses to the core. They're trying to make up excuses on why they don't want to date their own women in the United States. We gotta go overseas. And yet, what are you doing when you come down to these places? You're chasing an orgasm, you're dating lower class women, and you're bragging about it on YouTube. You make Google Hangouts about it. You go all over the internet talking about this. The reason why I know this is because I read this, because you put this stuff online in an open forum for everyone to see. I'm reading like this. I'm like, gee, this is a little bit hypocritical. Very hypocritical, because obviously this girl with the big butt here, she's not a whore. She's not a whore. She's just expressing herself. She's just, being free, expressing her Africanness. I mean, trust me. You have men, Black American men, who literally will, I'm not even joking, will tell themselves, this woman is black. And therefore, I'm going to use my penis to get into that hole. And no one can question me because it's okay. Because she's black, I'm not self-hating. And when they sit here also and talk about, Brazilian women and blackness, this, when they say Brazilian women and black and dark girls, they're referring to girls that look like this. Girls with big butts, long, flowing, curly hair, and foreign. They're not the ones that you can tell have a very mixed features, as well as but on the darker side. They're not talking about Lupita. This is why you don't see these dudes going in loads to Ghana, West Africa. Now, Ethiopia is different. We know why these dudes go to Ethiopia, but they're not going the way they are going to Brazil. Not even close. Especially Dominican Republic. These dudes are walking contradictions, living the kingdom of complete bullshit. When everyone knows why you guys are going down there. Oh, bro, and this dude, Charles Tyler, has a series of videos, the links will be down below, of him going to the ghettos. The so-called ghettos that you guys claim is horrible, that we have to run away. We don't want to live in our ghettos, so you go to another country and live off of their ghettos and feed off of their patriarchy instead of building your own, instead of fixing your local community, instead of you trying to address the problems in your own local community. Now, let's flee to another country. And they sit there and proudly say, I'm not a simp, you're a simp, you follow white supremacy, blah, 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 blah. When everybody knows you're no different because you follow their narrative, you just don't want to fix your own community up. This is why you go to Brazil, this is why you go to these other countries down in Latin America, because deep down inside, you don't want to face the problems and you don't like your own Afro-American women. Keyword, Afro-American women. And you want to go down there and you want to basically replace these women over these women and put them on a pedestal while you basically make every excuse in the book on why not to date Afro-American females. And guess what? Whose fault is that? That's your fault. You don't want to fix your community. You don't want to uplift anything in your community. So what do? You run. You run like a little girl. You run. You run, and then you run to another country to chase what? To chase an orgasm. Because you look at this in Charles Towers videos, every single girl, I'm not even joking, is wearing a bikini or showing some tight jeans on. I mean, come on. And then they sit there and they tell me, oh, he's not a, he's exploring his options. Well, you need to take a good look at that definition. That's that, and on the side of that other white spot should be the face of Charles Tyler, your beloved prophet, and not just him, but many others. And more is to come. More is to come. More is to come.